EGB, your esports betting world. The only place to find the widest choice of popular games and matches to win real money. Choose your bet on a single event or express of several matches with dizzy odds. Serving the market for 7 years with over 800,000 users. Join now to get your bonus for the first deposit up to $600. EGB, you know for sure who's gonna win.
Hello guys and welcome to the EGB Arena of Blood. Sorry, the EGB Arena of Blood. We have a best of 3 today between Godsent GG and Winstrike. It's the only best of 3 of the day. But it's an entertaining one, right? Right as you have the summit, you guys can also enjoy some quality EU Dota right over here. Online qualifiers, the saviors of this esport.
Yeah, am I mistaken, or is this a brand new Winstrike roster? Didn't they just completely disband their old roster? Because I remember it had Roger on it.
Yep, it did.
Yeah, so I think this is a complete new roster here for Winstrike.
New logo too.
Yeah, new logo. So that's actually what I'm thinking. I'd be curious to see where Roger's gonna go. I know this DPC season is a little strange right now. Of course, just because we did have the major canceled, but I'd like to see what team Roger's going to end up on here, because he's a big name. You know, he was part of the VP quote unquote Golden Five, I think is their nickname in the CIS Russian scene.
The Golden Five.
Yeah, the Golden Five of the VPs that were winning a whole bunch.
The good VPs.
Yeah,
the ones were before VP happened.
The one good VP. Yeah, now VP are pirates. Just kidding, of course.
Why are they pirates?
Well, because they're like they're going, hello Navi, yoink. Yoink?
Thieves, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
well, I guess
to be
so.
fair, they did yoink Zayak, which, I mean, was a good yoink.
Yeah,
it's a smart yoink,
it was a good yoink. And then I think actually, I think then they had Kuman stand in, but then he couldn't get a visa or something, and then they were going to have ILTW, I think, stand in for. There were so many things, so many storylines I wish could have been resolved at this major, which is only like one of 1,000 reasons why the major cancellation sucks. You know, it's not anyone's fault really, but it is really unfortunate. Just because I really wanted to see how a lot of these things would play out. You know, it was like VP and Navi. They didn't have to play each other in the qualifiers. They're in separate groups, and their paths never crossed when in the qualifiers. So I was like, I feel like there's a little bit of unresolved, you know.
I wanted to see how the teams matched up, to be honest. I think Navi didn't quite get the short end of the stick, right? They got
really?
I don't think they got they got that screwed over.
Okay.
So I'm a big fan of Zayak, unconditional.
Okay.
I think Zayak is one of the best players we have right now. He's one of the upcoming talent. I followed him. He was no lifers. I love him. But then you also had Seaman the Slayer, which, you know, for Vega Squadron, that guy had really good performances back in the best Vega. There isn't the Golden Five, but let's call him the Water Five.
Yeah.
Because Vega Squadron's a shark, right?
Of course.
Yeah, and he was one of them, and I liked him a lot from that time. I think the meta right now doesn't quite favor Seaman's heroes, but because for example, heroes like Tusk, for example, he was very known for.
Yeah, actually.
But he isn't a bad player.
And he was picked up in a trial position as well.
Yes.
So it's not confirmed whether he'd stay on or not. I was really looking forward to.
It looked good in the qualifiers.
I agree, 100%. That's why I was hoping, you know, at the major he'd get to prove himself.
I agree.
Because this has happened a bit, you know. I mean, with these we were talking earlier, these American events, you know, the visa issues. I think another CIS team, I think it was at the time J178 or whatever the other CIS team at the Summit 11.
Yep.
They also couldn't get someone in, so I think it was. I'm sorry. I'm thinking it was. Remember when Aloha Dance got kicked like 2 days? Yeah, and then so they brought other people, and then we had other stand-ins that we were really looking forward to. Sumail ended up leaving KS Esports Club, so we had another CAS player come in who was on Godsent before.
GM.
Yes, exactly. So it's really cool, you know. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just sucks that this major got canceled.
I mean, the one bright part I see is that there were a couple people that didn't get the chance to play this major because of visa issues that you were mentioning.
Yeah.
And these weren't just visa issues arising from the virus, just in general visa issues that were happening. Like Kuman, for example, who's never been allowed to fly to America. We do not know why, but it's one of the things. He's been canceled a couple times. So I'm kind of glad these guys don't get to lose a major with their team just yet.
Yeah,
right? So it's one of the bright sides, right?
That is fair.
They have more time to appeal, more time to potentially get the visa.
Yeah. Get and practice too, right?
Exactly.
Practice as well. I mean, it's new. I remember if you haven't seen the 26-minute long video of the Navi CEO released, highly recommend watching it. It is with subtitles. It's so fascinating to watch that, just because it felt like I was sitting in the boardroom of like a CIS Dota manager meeting. Because there's so much information there. But anyway, we've got a draft.
Russians don't lie, right? That's the thing. They say what they think, which is beautiful.
I know.
Like Vlad, for example, is also does that. You know, Vlad. Sorry, he will go sometimes. He'll say, "Well, I heard this, so I'm going to communicate with everyone I know on Twitter,and it's great. He keeps us informed."
That's like whenever they have like a a Russian player or any CIS player on the panel at whatever. They're like, "Oh, what do you think of this pick?" He's like, "I think it's shit."
Actually, yes. FNG will say, like, I don't like this pick. Nope, bad pick, bad
Yeah,
pick.
bad
And
pick.
I love this. That's good.
Whereas your Peter might go, "Well, you see, I think what they're thinking
Actually, Peter
here."
would say the same thing.
Ah,
You
you're
picked a
right.
bad example. But that's
You're
another
right.
reason why we love him, though.
You're right.
As why I like having him on panel. But we have the draft in front of us, as you mentioned, so we should check out this draft.
It's getting away from us here.
Godsent GG, they start out with the Nyx Assassin Pangolier. This is one of the teams that did actually play the Pango in the position 4 back in the day, or quite a while ago. They have had a lot of changes, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Pango 4. Troll Warrior and Night Stalker now to possibly confirm that intuition I had. Winstrike though, Oracle, Morphling, and Shadow Demon. So an interesting combo. Oracle, Morphling, not as common these days. Definitely Oracle Troll is a bit bigger than this, but still powerful. I don't mind this hero, this combination.
I mean, I think. Let's see what they go for here. Interesting.
I like the
Okay.
Centaur plus Shadow Demon. That's a classic combo.
I agree. It makes the setup quite easy.
Yep.
It's kind of weird. I almost feel like you have too much save here on your Winstrike squad.
I was thinking that too.
I think the Centaur. I think that helps a lot because now you have an offensive combo. You know, I was like, where's the offensive combo? Where's the Potom? Where's the? I mean, if it was back in TI6, where's the Luna? You know, we still have. I mean, these Morph Illusions, they hurt.
Yeah. So Shadow Demon has a good disruption target.
Exactly. Plus, it's a good save on top of the Oracle. I just feel like normally you want your 4. I mean, what is it going to be? A Shadow Demon 4 probably to have some sort of an offensive option. I mean, compared to Nyx Assassin, you got nothing on the Shadow Demon. The Purge is great. He's got a good tool set overall.
He does
Don't
a lot
get
of
me wrong.
damage.
And he's got the break, which I imagine he might try and go for this game because it's a 4. I don't know what else you buy on Shadow Demon 4 besides like
Yule
Force
Scepter,
Glimmer.
Force Staff, Glimmer, Aether Lens.
I feel like you want to break though. I feel like you have to take advantage of that.
I mean, as a late game item, is fine, especially against Troll. It's quite nice. But in general, just Shadow Demon scales really well with levels, right? So he's a hero that the 4 is not so much about the gold, which yes, you have utility items of whatever you want. But with levels, the idea that you can actually sap experience in a lane and get your levels is super important. And he's a laning 4, so he's gonna get more experience than the average roaming 4. His laning stage is really good, and I just love the center combination. I think it's a really good combo because yes, you have a lot of save. But I think if you're going for a lot of save, you have the right carry for it because Morphling is a carry that can dish out pretty much all the damage in your team.
Yeah.
He's a carry.
He could use all the saves.
He could use all the saves because essentially one save gives him a lifetime of
gives him
utility.
second life basically. Yes. Yeah.
And on top of that, I think you have a team that actually is like you're going all in on the save because Stampede is also a save to some degree, both initiation and counter initiation. It's a great way to deal with the anti-save heroes, which is usually heroes with mobility that try to attack your backlines first. So Pangolier, Night Stalker, to some degree Nyx. So these heroes all get stopped by the Stampede, very impactful, which is good.
One more note I have about the Shadow Demon is the reason I'm going to make a case why he should buy Ags, and that is if he does that.
I need this.
No. Just hear me out because I think it's actually a pretty good point here. Is if he builds Ags, I mean, like, why would you want to build BKB on this troll? I mean, you have to build BKB this game. Don't get me wrong, but it just makes the BKB feel so bad, right? Especially if you have 3 charges of it.
Sure.
And then your Morph is just free to get in there and hit him. You know, the mobility around him. The Centaur, if he doesn't go BKB, can really punish that because he's got plenty of stuns. The only thing I have really concern for in this Winstrike team, even more so with the DP pick, is the Pango and the Nyx, man. Like, these are 2 supports that they do their thing if no one goes on them on the back lines. But, I mean, look at these cores on Godsent. I mean, even the Nyx Night Stalker alone are just going to be running at the back line, just trying to destroy them, right? Just trying to create some havoc to make sure they can't get the saves off. The question is, will Godsent have the damage to burst or nuke or just kill Morph in general while the supports are distracted? I don't know if that's the case at this point.
That's the thing, though. With Godsent, now you've actually proposed an interesting idea because yes, you have 2 savers you need to kill immediately, but you also have 2 heroes. Zeus last
That's
pick.
better.
I like
Yeah,
this pick a
I
lot.
like it.
But you have also 2 heroes. I think Winstrike's team, if anything, has a lot of cohesion. They have a lot of internal logic within it because the Morphling and the Death Prophet are both 2 cores that you want to kill immediately as the team fight starts. Either because they dish too much damage or because you don't want to get Death Prophet's exorcism to destroy your heroes. Whatever it is, the point is quickly killing them is always the name of the game. Right. You can't do that here because you have to kill Oracle and Shadow Demon first. So you're actually essentially creating a second life for these guys, regardless, just by sacrificing these heroes. If you happen to get either of those saves off, Disruption for a good ultimate, or like, say, for an Nimbus, or for whatever it is, Oracle with False Promise, you essentially win the team fight. It's not that hard to execute that. The question is, though, Godsent always has the proposition. They are always going to be the aggressor, which puts them at the advantage. But the Winstrike team, as a saving team, as like how to utilize saves properly, I think the cores are really on point here.
Oh, I agree with you. I think these are cores that really benefit.
Take
from
advantage of this.
Yes.
And yeah, I think Godsent responded well though. I love the Zeus pick. The Zeus pick really to me brings the lineup home. Troll's pretty good because he takes towers, as you mentioned. Pangolier, Nyx Assassin, kind of annoying supports. A lot of burst damage between these two heroes and control. But Zeus, oof, the burst damage you're requiring to be able to destroy Death Prophet, to kill Morphling easily, it's a huge boost. I like this pickup.
Yeah, I don't know how Winstrike starting fights is really weird unless you want to use the Centaur. Like it's like a lot of the initiation is going to be on the Centaur or early on if there's no blink. Just the Shadow Demon getting a good disruption, Centaur walking in, going for the hoof stomp. Just I feel like it's really weird just to start team fights here. Whereas Godsent, they got nearly every single one of their heroes can just start popping off in a fight. It doesn't make as much sense for Winstrike, to just initiate a fight. So that's another concern I have. But who knows? I mean, maybe they expect Godsent to run at them. They have the draft that way anyway. So I think overall, if they win mid on Winstrike, I think it's going to be a pretty easy game for them. But if they don't, they might run into some issues.
I think the point of Winstrike, of course, is forcing the team fights by taking objectives and saying, right, fight us or we take your tower. With Death Prophet and the Centaur, this is easy. You have this disruption later for like easy pushing without committing much. I think Godsent doesn't have much to deal with that. They will have to play on the offensive. I agree. They need to win that mid lane for Zeus. Is very important. Ideally, you want to make sure Nice Dog has a decent lane as well, which is going to be tough because he's a bad laner. At least in the early levels, of course. And the bottom lane doesn't matter that much because you have a Troll. It really doesn't matter. The bottom lane, it can go either way. As long as Troll gets decent farm, you should be okay. But you really want to win that mid and off lane, ideally. Or at least put enough pressure in the off lane and win mid.
It's a nice blocked camp there early on, just setting the aggression. I've seen
you know what you want to do, right? You know you don't want to...
Oh, man, I wish we could go back to the Shadow. Did you notice if he had 1 or 3 tangos?
What, the Shadow Demon?
Yeah, I didn't see.
I'm not sure.
I presumed it was 3, but who knows?
Oh, is Nyx just realizing there's someone here? It's like, oh, surprise! There's an Impale still ready. They just took the outpost, though, which is annoying, actually, because you're going to have to retake it afterwards. And they killed Nyx as well. Did they have a stomp? Centaur still has not gone for anything, or we can't really see what he's gone for yet. That's 2 stacks of Shadow Poison, not enough. 3rd stack now starts to deal a fair bit of damage. They can't quite kill him, though. They want to get the last stack, ideally. Nyx is also regenerating a fair amount. He actually went for Headrest level 1.
Zeus, get him!
Yeah, they went for Headrest level 1, which helped them considerably here. Because it's impossible to really chase this effectively.
They're going to burn a lot of his regen, though. They are wasting a lot of time here. He's going to get the TP out. They got nothing to cancel it. Just another right click in part. But he's TP'd back to the tier 1 tower. So if they can manage to get a kill on him early on, that's going to be really consequential. But I have my doubts. I mean, Shadow... It looks like they're tri-laning down bottom, or have they finally TP'd someone top? Now they TP'd the Oracle back top. Okay.
Yeah, the Shadow Demon is not particularly strong at level 1. The Shadow Poison's okay later for damage, but early on it just lacks it.
Well, I mean, it's really good early on, right, at level 1, but as soon as everyone gets 2 levels...
Oh, not even. I actually would argue that nerfs to Shadow Demon's Shadow Poison for a while have made so level 1 is not really that impactful.
I mean, it's still like 350 damage with like 5-6 stacks.
Yeah, that's a lot, though. You know how much mana that is?
Granted, you buy a stick and you're good to go, but...
Exactly. Like, the stick mitigates a lot of the damage. You lose a lot of mana as well. You're giving free mana to the enemy because of the stick. It's not that great. You want really level 2. Level 2 is when you actually start putting some pressure on.
I was watching another tournament where they have pros sit on the couch and commentate the games. And they were talking about how they hope that this off-lane meta changes, where you just pick someone that the supports can't catch, a la Pango, and then you just stack the creep wave like this, because it's too easy. It's unskilled. It's boring to play, boring to watch, boring to play against. So
yeah, Pango's with the off-laner. He's a support.
Well, still, I think you still see it a lot.
I mean, I agree with your point.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
sure.
it wasn't my point. It wasn't my point.
I agree with
be honest. I think
Insania's point.
It might have been crit. I think it was crit.
Yeah, crit has always been a gatekeeper of skill, to be honest. I say this in a good way.
That is true. No, you're absolutely right here. Is one right click still not going to be enough for that Zeus escaping on 30 HP, but we will have to walk back to lane as he looks very sad. When
he's only played 2 games, by the way, ever in his life.
On Zeus.
No, in general. In his life. Which is impressive that he's made it this far with only 2 games played of Dota.
It's not a very, I mean, even if that's in this tournament, that's as a mid laner, that's not a very impressive KDA, though, which should be said. It was a 1.32 KDA. Let's assume that those were 2 Zeus games. That's pretty bad. I mean, I hate to say it, but like...
Who are you to call this pro player bad?
For Zeus? I mean, he presses a button. He presses one button and he gets like 18 assists.
ludicrous, to be perfectly honest with you, that you're using those words. He could have just lost 2 bad games. We have no clue what those stats mean.
No. I mean,
I don't think they were on Zeus. To be
They
honest.
were. They probably were. There's no way he's played more than 2 games in this tournament. We're in the playoff stage already. It must be Zeus games. That's all I'm saying is, hopefully he can turn it around this game. He's off to a pretty hard start. However, in fact,
he's not doing well.
the entirety of Godsent is in a bit of trouble as the Centaur just gonna go ahead and stop that for a bit. His cousin, why don't we go bowling sometimes? We never go bowling. Let's stop and talk about it, but it won't matter. They're still gonna get the kill on the Nyx assassin.
All right, the Centaur is clearly coming back from the 80s apparently as
No,
well.
it was
When
a
bowling was still
GTA
a
5
common thing.
reference.
Never heard of that game. Right, Jix gonna be in trouble here. They are chasing after him. I need to get to figure out.
Is this a
Yeah.
1080? Do you have it on 1080? You don't have it on
Yes.
auto, do you?
No.
Okay.
Chiquiria? Is that it? Chiquiraya?
Oh, you're trying to read the Cyrillic.
I'm trying to read his name, unfortunately, so I can say it.
Yeah, I don't know the pronunciation of Cyrillic, unfortunately.
How many maps will we play? 3, ideally? I mean, it's the best of 3, so we'll see.
Oh, it depends on who you ask. I'm pretty sure if you ask both the teams, they're going to ask for 2 maps, right?
Yeah, but I, as a caster, want more quality
I do.
Dota.
I want 3 games.
Which is why I want what? No.
Looks like there's another dive mid here. We hear the life drain onto the Zeus. He's out of mana, but he's pretty safe here behind the tower.
Zeus has been having a surprising... What do you think this matchup is like, by the way? Do you think is really that Death Prophet favored? I'd argue Zeus is an okay. I mean, his build is odd.
I mean, he's slow though.
No points in the lightning.
He's slow. I think he needs more points in the lightning strike. What's the W? The lightning
No,
bolt.
arc lightning. No, lightning. He has lightning bolt and he has
Yeah.
the passive though. That's what surprises me. Why Thunder God's Rat or not? Sorry. What is the static charge? How do you go for points in that as opposed to points in the arc lightning? That is surprising. Even builds nowadays don't even go for a single point in the passive, let alone 2.
He's just 100% focused on, getting that lightning bolt damage out.
I mean, I don't disagree that the lightning bolt is good, but then that explains why his last hits are so bad. Why Death Prophet's denies are not so great.
I mean, he needs the cooldowns though.
No, he's just missing the last hits.
He needs the cooldown because if Zeus is slow hero, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So life drain equals die. So he needs to have the cooldowns because she can have 3 charges of the life drain, at once. So
What do you mean the cooldowns?
The cooldown on lightning bolts.
I understand why he's maxing lightning bolt. That's the build anyway. I'm asking for the passive points.
Well, he can't waste mana. He needs it. I don't know. I'm grasping at straws.
What are you trying to do this?
Played like
this
2 mid matches in my life, or both. It was a Phoenix and a Darkseer match.
Okay,
I won.
it's a weird build. Okay, let me tell you,
It's a strange build.
It's an odd build.
It's a strange build. I just
It's
wanted.
not a build
I
you-
wanted to challenge you. The
The
challenge
point that I'm challenging though is that Zeus is not necessarily losing the lane. He's just missing last hits because he has no arc lightning. Like a lot of Zeuses have learned to last it with the auto attack, and it's true, but the security of arc lightning is still good, especially because Death Prophet's attack animation is actually not that bad. People think it's as bad as Lena's, but it's not. It's not even close. You can cancel it easily. The projectile lobs, but if you get close to the creeps, you're fine, and Zeus can't kick you away. Also, going for the passive without any points in Arc Lightning is odd, because then you don't take advantage.
Oh, that
of
is
it.
yeah, I know that is a good point actually you raised because then you're only using the lightning bolt and then the percentage of damage done per mana probably doesn't break out like that math it doesn't look as good as if you
No,
were
exactly.
using it
So
with
getting at least 1 point in Arc Lightning is always a necessity.
Yeah. Oh, nice stun.
TSA, okay.
I think he's got disruption though. Doesn't
That's
he?
actually what happens in the TSA, so they're just giving it back to him.
Oh.
Take off your shoes, sir! Take off your shoes!
It's the belt really. That always confuses me. Now, under God's wrath to secure the kill there under the TSA.
Yeah, he did not take off his shoes.
No, he did
Flagged.
not.
Flagged
he
is
got
a danger.
tackled. He got tackled when he was trying to go through security. That always confuses me as an American, and I feel like such a fool. Like, I was like traveling through China, the Pudong International Airport. I'm like walking through there, like taking off my belt, and I'm like all the security guys are like, "What are you doing? Like, you get naked here? So you don't need to take off your belt, you idiot."
That is very weird, to be honest.
Actually, I think I did need to take off my belt there. I was just trying to do a bit.
Oh.
I think it was shoes. Generally, you don't need to do internationally.
Shoes is really odd.
Yeah.
Belt is okay, but only if the belt buckle is metal, right? That's the whole point.
No,
'cause you
I've been taught you have to take it off no matter what.
Oh.
Yeah.
okay. Well, if you see
that's
people
why-
with belts, tackle them for safety.
That's why I stopped going to church, though.
Oh.
That was a terrible joke.
Nobody understood it, I bet.
Oh.
DK Focus in trouble in the bottom lane, caught out easily. Thank you, Observer. And now TSA could be in trouble as well. The Impale does catch him, but I don't know if they can continue this. As Two Illusions hitting this troll, and 3 stacks of Shadow Poison could not get the 4th stack, unfortunately. But the rotation comes in from Oracle regardless, trying to finish off this kill. It's not going to be possible, though. On the top lane, though, they do leave the Morphing alone because of this Oracle rotating, and Archix takes advantage of this, has Dark Ascension, or could have it, does not have it. He is level 6, so.
It's a bad time.
You could have chased with Dark Ascension there, to be perfectly honest. You could have activated it and killed the Morphling with that.
Yeah, it's a bad time to leave a Morph alone, though. I mean, you have to rotate. Don't get me wrong. You have to rotate at this point. You can't just let him.
It was a very small rotation or play by Darkseer, or sorry, by Night Stalker.
Wow.
There's Swashbuckle annoying Young, but Young doesn't seem to care too much. Nico, in fact, is in trouble. They have Thunder God's Wrath, and they finally finish off Young, and that is the recovery the Zeus needed. Only 100 gold away from his opposing mid. As Nyx goes further, this covers 2 people, and TSA will kick him out. I love that his name is that, by the way. What a wonderful, wonderful name to have.
Yeah, mine's like just
Impale. Check him. Kikid.
So aggressive.
Where you going, Kikid? Or kick it? Kicked? Kicked is going to be Claude. And
Look how aggressive this is. Just the
also
Zeus
going to be searched,
just
take away all the
through.
mana, and then finally avoid, thanks to the Thunder God or Lightning Bolt's vision.
See, this is kind of what I mean. It's like you only have the saves on the Winstrike side. You got plenty of sustain, right? But not now. Not yet.
Well, yeah, because you're playing completely to the enemy's tune, though.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, yeah. I don't know.
That's your mistake too, though. You are not. They're not rotating proactively. They're rotating reactively, which allows Godsent to always be dictating the tempo of the game. Like with the Night Stalker play, you know, the Oracle rotates. Oh no, they're attacking my core, and then immediately Night Stalker goes, okay, I attack your core then, or your other core.
I just don't know how they. I just don't know how they do rotate proactively. I don't. There's no.
You predict where the enemy team is going to go.
I know, but even then, what's your initiation? You disrupt into the hoof stomp, and then you hope that's enough damage from there.
Nah,
like,
you disrupt and then you save them, and then they wasted a bunch of time for rotating.
I don't know. There's just. I guess. I mean, but that's your best bet here. How do you get kills right now?
Oh, you don't.
That's what I'm
Just
saying.
wait.
Yeah.
Just wait it out.
I mean, eventually they'll have the damage, right? But not quite yet, as they're looking to snipe the outposts.
I don't think it's the plan, though. I really do think the plan is just wait it out. Wait it out until your heroes are farmed enough and they can get solo kills. Your mid game is strong. Death Rifle can take towers. And once you guys have like the basic core items, you can start just going S5 and taking objectives.
The Beastmaster might have been banned, but I think I would have preferred to see a Beastmaster on the Godsent draft, just to keep up the tower pressure. You know what I mean? Just some sort of additional push. Because right now, to your credit,
On the Godsent draft or on the Winstrike?
on the Godsent draft, because right now, to your credit, they can just kind of. It's okay. We can let them more farm. We don't really have
I guess
any
Troll is a bit
super high
slow.
pressure. He's a little slow. He's not too slow. He's just a little slow.
Oh, he's slow compared to an offlaner that pushes, right?
Exactly. Yeah, he's not going to get the same amount done, right? The Night Stalker's pretty good as well here. So they're going to go for the Thunder God's Wrath. That's another kill here onto Young.
He's been getting consistent kills with that ultimate. I haven't
Yeah.
seen someone use that well. See, look, now he's putting 2 points into Arc Lightning. Thank you, Wish.
Well, it's because he's maxed the
No, he's not.
Thunderbolt. He's maxed the Thunderbolt.
Yeah, but okay. My question keeps being on the passive. I don't
Oh.
care about the Thunder.
Speaking of thunder, there's going to be the rolling thunder, of the
Jesus.
rolling variety. What's your favorite kind of thunder?
My favorite kind of thunder is lightning.
That's not. That's actually like not. It's actually a whole separate thing. And I mean, in fact, it's so separate that it comes after.
It's my favorite kind of thunder. Who are you to judge?
I always like the chocolate thunder.
Exorcism's been used trying to take the tier 1 in the mid lane, while Troll does the same thing here down bottom. But here, look at the low commitment, though, that Godsent is putting into pushing these towers. They managed to keep the Morphling somewhat at bay. They're taking the tower down bottom. And they're actually managing to defend this middle tower as well. Just Zeus alone. Very well played here by Wish, honestly. Having an impressive performance tonight.
TP. They do have the ulti up if they want to go for the Dark Ascension to counter initiate, but I
See,
believe.
look, now they're grouping as 4, and they're trying to take towers.
Yeah, but they have. They still have Stampede. I mean, like you Stampede and you run in and you hope that you don't need the Stampede to escape. I don't.
You can't stampede to to go in. You gotta leave it as a.
No, I mean, they might go for it here. I mean, you say that, we'll see.
I think
if
Era's
they need
fine
to save
though.
for it.
They're not aware if any heroes are behind the Era right now.
Oh my goodness, the jukes. They will still connect onto the stun though.
Like battle trends.
Oh, I got the ulti up.
Yeah, there's Rolling Thunder as well. Actually, Era just got sucked off completely. He lost his life with that. Okay, I underestimated the damage that the Spirit Siphon does.
Still takes time. I mean, it got buffed early. I think the cooldown got buffed, but it's level 4, so that's insignificant now.
Yeah, I don't know
Or
why you
irrelevant.
mentioned that.
They're going to go for our Fortune's End. They also don't have a whole lot of catch this team, do they?
No, that's another. That's actually one of the bigger problems I think they have. That if they're playing from behind, like you can I guess force pushes, but that's it. You can't really get your own smoke kills or anything.
No, no.
And it does limit the way that you play. That is another point actually. It limits the way that you play, and you become very predictable. They know that you're gonna push at some point. So ironically, even though you're the team that has to play proactively, nice kill, DK Foga, yeah. Thunder God's Wrath to make sure that we can see who killed him. This observer is really next level. He
knew the Zeus was gonna get the kill.
Yeah, but anyway, the point is that since you're playing so predictively, the team that's actually gonna play proactively is Godsent. As you can tell here, actually, look at how many heroes are always in the mid lane. They know. They know Death Prophet is desperately trying to look for this tower. They know the other towers are kind of inaccessible. And they know Troll has full farm, and top is going to be given to Morphling 100%.
Yeah, Troll taking that bot tower.
Oh, he's top now, so they actually harass Morph as well.
I mean, this is good. This is what they need to do. I guess they realize, oh, we could have used someone with a bit more push. But hey, Troll can push pretty nicely too.
Yeah, now that Era is there, you have the bottom lane being taken by Pango, so you can play a bit more aggressively.
No Stampede. They need to be careful. There's no save here.
I don't think you're worried, though, if you're a Morphling.
I mean, I'd be slightly worried.
Oh, it's Dark Ascension. Okay, more fully agility. Era. Now the help from the Zeus really does help out. Rolling Thunder trying to play this around, but he hasn't hit anyone just yet. They're going to find only the Oracle, but they do eliminate the Oracle first. Not bad. Nice Rolling Thunder. That's 2 heroes hit at the end. That's going to be the second support killed off as well, thanks to the Void by RGX. In comes the Death Prophet with the Spirit Siphon. Now with the Hoof Stomp, they should be able to control this poor Zeus, and Zeus will end up dying here, but forces the battle trance from his teammate, crying for help as Era just savagely destroying and avenging his dead friend.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. I was like, I heard the Stampede, and I was like, okay, surely you guys are going to use that turn away. No? You're going to go for, okay, I guess you killed the Zeus. He's worth a lot of money.
Yep.
But then you, at that point, you're accepting everyone is going to die in this engagement. I don't know, man. I don't see how it's coming together here. Maybe when we get a little bit more farm on the Morph, I'll be changing my tune.
I don't think that was the time to fight, to be perfectly honest. But you're kind of...
Evan, you have to. You can't just let these towers go.
That's the other issue, right? Yeah, I know your tempo is too slow. I told you, I think the draft has internal logic. I just don't think that the draft necessarily is good in this meta. But I do see where they were going.
Oh, I see it as well. Don't get me wrong. I see it, and I think if they can delay this game long enough,
yeah,
it might be going their way.
The victory condition is clear.
I mean, you got 5K, 15 minutes in. There's still all the tier 1s up at the moment. I know they're banging on this bottom tier 1 now here as the Morph lane goes, but it's just a little scary for me, man. I feel like they're slowly running out of time. They've lost their tier 1 top here as well. Godsent have.
Yeah, Night Stalker's doing a good job of also pushing while it's nighttime.
This is going to be a solo kill most likely. No,
I don't think
too scary.
I don't think so. My mind is telling me no. My body.
But my carapace.
Oh, what?
My carapace is telling me
huge
yes.
misplay.
Oh, wow. Okay, they got the Oracle, though.
Yeah, that's why. The misplay was on the opposing team. Now the Knicks will die, but who cares?
Thunder has been cancelled. Now he goes in.
No, he goes in. He's going to catch the Death Prophet. Is there any reinforcements?
Yeah, he's back up. It's okay. Space created. They forced the Morph to TP back, so they did not get that tier 1 bottom. And
they might get the tier 1 mid.
Yeah.
They forced a fair amount.
Still no Exorcism up. That should be coming up soon.
That Oracle did not need to die. They comboed, or they didn't combo. They stacked the Fortune Gem with Disruption. That's why I was saying
so
that was a massive misplay. Yeah. What?
He healed up a bit.
No, Fortune Gem with Disruption. Fortune Gem is the root. So they had no extra root, so Knicks could just roam around freely after Disruption, which was a huge mistake.
Who does E-Blade kill this game? I guess Zeus. Right, he's got no HP.
Troll also. Troll's on a big HP here.
You are right
Okay,
about
it's
that.
1300. That's paper. You know what you do with paper?
You write on it.
No, you cut it. Writing is for nerds. When we're here playing manly video games.
We are.
Yes, so you cut paper. That's why scissors beat paper.
Nimbus up in 2K gold.
Yes.
Ready, pretty early. What's the Night Stalker build
What did
here?
you go before Nimbus though? Did you see?
No. I was trying to think because the camera was actually just on him, which is why we saw his quick buy, obviously. But no, I didn't see. I mean, boots. I think 2 null talismans.
I'm wondering if it's Aether Lens or not.
I want to say Aether. It's hard to say because they changed the icon, so it keeps throwing me off. Blink Dagger on Pango, so we're gonna go for like the more of maybe.
That's how you play Pango in position 4. You either go for auras or you go for the blink initiation, and I think Nick likes the blink initiation more because he used to play off lane.
It's a 3. It's not a 3 Pango. You're right.
Yeah, it's a 4 Pango. So the options of going for Maelstrom and stuff like that are not that great on 4 Pango. So it's much better to go. I mean, we've seen some go directly for Maelstrom back in the day. It depends on who you follow.
Now it feels like Diffusal's the build sometimes.
On 3 Pango, yes, or 2 Pango. But on support Pango, no. On support Pango, you always either went Maelstrom without boots or you would go for the Arcanes into Blink Dagger build.
All right, so here's how I think Godsent get back in this game. I'm sorry, I meant Winstrike. Is I feel like you don't use Exorcism for the Tier 1 tower. You have to try and fight this now. You see, the reason why Godsent is going for this is because Roche is about to get upgraded, I think, at 1930 or at the 20-minute mark. He gets a pretty fat upgrade. It becomes a lot harder to kill, so they're going to do this now. Winstrike should know this, I think. Are they strong enough to fight this? I don't know. Should they? Probably, because from here, this is like all of your Tier 2s certainly gone off the face of the map.
The lanes were pushed, though, for Godsent, so you're actually not really sure where they were. So this one was not as obvious as it seemed to us, because we passed it. TSA could be in trouble here. Yeah, I think he's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like, look, both top and mid were pushed considerably, so they could be anywhere from their own jungle, which you know now they weren't, or to your own jungle.
I mean,
or to try
and we're biased, because not only do we have 20/20 hindsight as casters, but we also have God vision.
20/20 vision, yes, exactly. It's both. 20/20 all around.
Yeah.
That's why I can drive.
But I think, okay, so DP did not use
Nyx is
Exorcism.
down bottom, by the way. I'm not entirely sure if he's trying to hunt down a heal, yeah. Oracle seems kind of juicy.
It looks like
Spike
maybe they're going
oh, they're
top?
going for Nyx. No, they're going for Nyx. They saw him. Nyx is in trouble. Someone help this little bug.
It's top. It's top.
Oh, they're playing two at the same time. Look at this. Nyx finally, and they're going to get the kill. Maybe? No, there's Adamant on the Morphling. Morphling could be in trouble. As you start shifting in time, the Oracle's already gone. And why did you leave Morphling and Oracle alone, particularly now the roots are going to be endless? Fervor stacks are ready. Nothing to do against the Troll. Why exactly would you leave these two heroes alone bottom to fight?
Looks like Rajix was just kind of running around up top lane, just distracting long enough. He's going to go for the Aghanim Scepter.
I love this build.
I like the build usually, but I feel like this game you can just keep your foot on the gas pedal to the metal.
Build.
Go for Medallion, go for the Solar Crest, just buff your Troll, because they can't kill Troll right now. I mean, they probably can, but it's just not coming together quite yet here. And look at even the win probability already, 95% here. We're not even 20 minutes into the game. 6K make that net worth lead here in favor of Godsent. As they're not looking to get sent out of the tournament. Is this an upper bracket match, do you know?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's not quite screwed yet. Upper bracket, so we'll see.
Scepter. Oh, man. All right, well, that's going to reveal someone smoked.
Yep. Some few people are smoked.
And they're going to ping the ward, too.
It's a good Thunder God's Wrath. I'm assuming that means that you got Nimbus, because usually that's when you start using Thunder God's Wrath for vision.
That's a vision. Yeah, good point. Yeah, it's about time, I think. He's got the Nimbus up. Let's see, Yasha, Night Stalker. I mean, yeah, it's still a good item.
It's a good item. I mean, I don't mind that he this game it was very justified for him to go for Spirit Vessel though, which I do question why he didn't. Because Spirit Vessel against Morph and against DP is really good.
Good point.
And against Oracle.
Yeah.
But I love the Ags, so you know you're never gonna catch me criticizing someone that does that.
Fair enough.
That's my point. I stand by the Ags build still being quite legit, and I think gives Night Stalker a nice little boost into the late.
See ya.
I love how it waited as well. Like there's an X here.
Oh my goodness, that's terrifying. Yeah. Well, that just shows you how advantaged Godsent at least it feels right now. What do we have here on our Centaur? Is there an item coming that could make a difference? There's E-Blade actually on the Morph completed. Like he's gonna go for a pipe or just a casual headdress in his inventory. Well, what does the Centaur have? What does the Centaur? What can he build that'll make a difference this game? Blink, pipe, Crimson. I think pipe for the Zeus, right? Almost certainly.
Pipe has to come out. I'm questioning what else you. I think pipe into Blink, to be honest. Maybe even Nags.
Yeah, Nags. There's a case to be made there.
Because I think Crimson. I mean, Crimson's really good against Troll, but Crimson's bad. So
yeah,
Crimson's just bad right now. That's why people aren't building it.
Well, it's because I think a big reason is they added damage block passively to all melee heroes anyway.
No, that wasn't the only reason why though. It's the Crimson Guard. Just with HPs being as big as they are and attack damage following accordingly, damage block like that is not as strong. Attack speed. It used to be attack speed meta a while ago, and now attack speed is not as strong. Now it's hybrid of attack speed and damage. Yeah, the damage block does encourage, I guess, for you to think about it, but it's just that the meta has shifted away from Crimson Guard being a good item. It's still good against Phantom Lancer and stuff like that.
Oh, he went for Travels, 3-0 tallies, Travels.
I like the Travels build a lot.
Blink.
Shoving lanes is fantastic.
I think Godsent, I mean, they're doing well, and in fact, they are going to be trying to push the envelope here down bot lane. See ya. Or hello, or rather. Going to go here onto the next assassin. He's holding onto the Carapace. You might be able to actually Carapace the nuke here. He's going to try, and won't be able to.
TSA played that well, though. He did the Shadow Poison to make sure that triggered the Carapace as opposed to Yeah, we'll play. It was very difficult, though. And Nyx is going to die like this. He's scouting duties, right? He's position 5, Nyx, of all things. He does not matter whatsoever.
Yeah, he's actually got the Meteor Hammer, so he's even got really good farm himself. More farm than the enemy Shadow Demon.
I would have loved to force that as opposed to have Meteor Hammer, but I understand you're playing this game quickly, so.
Yeah, I prefer it.
I know you're a big fan of that Meteor Hammer pickup.
There's not many heroes you can build it on. Like Treant Protector, Nyx.
I don't even think the Treant one is that good. Nyx is pretty legit.
Phoenix you can make a case for, like later.
Yeah, I mean, Phoenix is more of a meme, right?
Well, I mean,
Invoker.
No, I mean Phoenix actually though, because you swoop in and then you can.
No, I know the point. I know that's a meme though.
I mean, it's good though.
It's.
I mean, it's only a meme until like a pro player does it, and then it's meta. I mean, let's be honest.
Is Invoker
Let's
Meteor Hammer?
That's how Ice Ice. I mean, we saw Ice Ice. He bought Ags. On the clock.
Invoker Meteor Hammer a meme, or is it legit?
Well, I've never seen a pro player do it, so it's a meme.
Are you serious? Thompson?
No, I've never seen him. Who's that? He needs to win 3 TIs before I'll acknowledge him as a.
Oh my god. Fool. Gets proven wrong, goes for the fake ignorance. I see. Meteor Hammer's good at Nyx. I think it's actually kind of legit on ET and Clockwork. I agree with those pickups.
Interesting. Yeah, I could see that. Well, the problem with ET is that the stomp, all your teammates will wake him up.
That's why you tell them no. Like.
So you say no. They're sleeping.
Meteor.
That'd be very rude. Nice Aghanim Scepter now on the Night Stalker.
Now that Radiance is dead, that's why Meteor Hammer is good. On Treant, it's okay. I don't mind.
Oh wow, they're really chasing for this one. You can kind of feel that frustration. Rajik is just, I mean, he's so fast.
They have Yules, but they can't catch him.
God,
He has Ags as well.
I know. That was just like a casual stampede. Just
You know, his Axe makes teamfights much more difficult now. If you initiate on him, if you initiate on the Night Stalker, it becomes very difficult because he counter initiates you quite hard. You don't have that much resistance yourself, honestly, on your heroes. Burst damage is good against you.
Oh, they got him. They got him.
Yeah, that Meteor Hammer will hit.
Yep.
And Nimbus just to ensure, right? Just to make sure that he can't get away.
They needed the Meteor Hammer. They didn't have the nuke there.
No, they did the Nimbus to get the mini stun to ensure that the Meteor Hammer
did
was
they?
for sure.
What a
hit.
gamer!
Yeah.
I didn't actually notice.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was gonna hit anyway, but it was still like clever to time it like that.
Yeah,
Smart.
I didn't see what the elite level 10 talent here on the next
PSA is
assassin
dead.
was.
He definitely went for the Impale time.
Yeah.
I don't think you ever go for the damage amp.
The only reason I even raised that point is that the alchemy guides have you taking the damage or the 8% spell amp.
Really?
Yeah.
Fascinating. What's the argument?
Well, I don't know.
Well,
It's not really justified. There's not a whole lot of justification there.
okay.
But you know, I guarantee you, I will, DM him on Twitter with a 4-minute-long video discussing the pros and cons of
Yo, fool! I hear your guides are saying
2K MMR. I'll be Twitch chat to him.
he did go for the Impale time.
Good. Yeah, that is the Impale talent. Yeah, so makes it a bit
It's
better.
just so much better. I would. The only times I would ever argue the 8% is when you have up against int heroes where Mana Burn becomes such a ridiculous newt that 8% actually means something.
I gotta be honest though. I mean, there was a good Reddit post the other day. It was actually a good Reddit post where it was like, Lion Stun is now better than Impale in every single meaningful way. So they're gonna go again here with the Stampede. Blink Dagger forward though. Have they really caught anyone? Or Obs not looking? Instead, they want to look at the Nyx Assassin because they're gonna be going again here onto the Morph. The Yule Scepter though to interrupt that channeling of the Meteor Hammer. As in goes Nico rolling in and around. They're gonna be able to get the nuke onto the Oracle. He will buy back though as Nico still rolling around. And now onto the DP they go. They isolated the rest of the team. The 2-man science, the stomp though. It's pretty good. Is it good enough? Look at Young still alive,
nice
turning the ulti onto her from the Oracle that did buy back. Die back now for this. They will get a kill at least onto the troll. And actually coming out of the ulti, pretty damn healed up as well. But Rajik's continuing to fight. Wow, okay. Actually, they hold their ground.
Oh, wait, there's a Morphling around. You gotta be even more careful because Morphling also wants to play. But the exorcism is about to end, or it should be. And now Morphling put himself in the pickle as well as he's now lined up for this kill. The Void still dealing a fair amount of damage. Center's forced to buy back. Meteor Hammer, will it hit? Will it hit this time? Yes, it will. Controls the Morphling enough, but the damage is not quite there. They need even more. They need the Voids. Come on, keep using with the Voids. He's out of mana, but he does have the Attribute Shift still available.
Right.
And now in comes the Shadow Demon with the help from the Arcane Boots. And that means that they're actually going to be able to hunt Godsent now. But Godsent is forced to go back regardless.
No, they shouldn't. I mean, there was 3 buybacks out. Well, one buyback. English. 1 buyback onto the Nyx, but 2 buybacks there. 1 dieback actually onto the Oracle. But that was worth it, 100%. Oh, this is so aggressive. Oh my God. Oh wow, with the Zeus respawning too. Yeah. Okay. That's a good play.
The Troll Warlord picks up a BKB. Absolutely done. Absolutely done. With this, the team fight will be much more consistent. Last time, we actually saw a considerable amount of magical damage come onto the troll. The fact that Night Stalker took this kind of like Aghanim's build does put you in the position where, yes, you don't have these utility pipe Crimson Guard items, so you kind of need the extra defensive ability of a BKB. But now it's going to become much easier for you. That though, team fight shows what I wanted to happen the whole time. I told you, it could happen. They had good cores for it. I was very happy to see it work out for them, even if at the end they mess up a little with the Morphling. Oh, they finish off kicked, though, unfortunately.
Yep.
It's okay. It's okay. It's no big deal.
That's such a good combo. I mean, the Nyx isn't really your global presence hero, much like a Invoker or a Zeus or a what's the other hero? NP is, but he still does.
No, but he's the combo with those heroes.
Exactly. He plays really nicely with them, and it's such a beautiful combo. Now we have a BKB, however, on the Troll Warlord, so
that's why I don't care if Earth Spike is better than Impale in every possible way. Impale comes from the Nyx attached to it.
yes, that is
And
true.
Nyx is the best hero. It's like people that go like, oh, Black Hole is actually not as good as Berserker's Call, and you go, yes, but they're two different heroes.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Just want to point out, 'cause that's a very common Reddit
What's that
comment.
Blink for?
That's Aetherlens and Blink, so I'm assuming Zeus?
Night Stalker.
No way.
Yeah, you can see the little.
Wow. Oh wait, is the Aetherlens bugged? That was not on him. Okay. I was
yeah,
gonna say the
guess
Aetherlens was not
not.
for him. Because I was gonna say, why would you ever pick up Aetherlens?
Well, you can.
Nope, literally has zero use on you. Well, actually amplifies your blink.
Oh. That's a good carapace. I don't think it's
yeah.
going to matter though. Dust from
gone.
just about everyone. As
That's
he will
Magic
get
Wand
dusted.
though. Yeah, there we go. The Magic
Nah,
Wand. He
he's
went to
still
surprise them. Yule Scepter. Is there any reinforcements here? Another Spycarpus. Nimbus used. Spycarpus. This Nyx is never going to die. You underestimate the cockroach, and cockroaches are everything. Look at the Dark Ascension. In comes the Rolling Thunder as well. They're going to catch the Death Prophet. She is stuck. The user Scepter on her, but I don't think that's going to be enough. The Impale lands as well. Nyx is a god. You should have killed him when you had the chance. Oracle also finished off. DK focus the
Nice
next
point.
target, but they can't easily go onto him. He has a TP, and he's going to be able to get away. Meanwhile, they chase after
that,
two.
though?
For
They're
now, the
chasing
Shadow
Morph.
Demon. They're also carrying the Morphling. They managed to get TSA down, but the Morphling down bottom, they're chasing after him. Can they cancel this TP? Unlucky route. They get it. And with the Monster Style Diffusal
Yeah.
Blade, it's impossible for him to go anywhere.
GG?
GG is called.
Yeah.
The Nyx just forced him to GG, my friend.
I mean,
That was Nyx 100%.
listen. Did Godsent overextend there, chasing a bug?
No, did Winstrike
Did Winstrike?
overextend chasing a bug? Yes. Is Nyx a god? Also true. Those two things can both exist in the same universe.
Yeah.
I can't get more excited. That was a play for the ages. Double Spike Carpus, a fantastic Magic Wand usage, the help from the Nimbus. Godsent deserves that.
No,
Come
I
on.
mean, it was really. It was.
Stomanen, my
Wait,
friend.
did he build? No, it was the barrier. It was the barrier that saved him as well.
But
Who's got the barrier? Who's got the pipe?
Rajix.
Ah, okay, yeah.
But
right.
he came by afterwards when he was jumping
Yeah,
in.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was a beautiful
The
play.
pipe saved him. I didn't think they were gonna even commit the pipe for him, but that's because they just let me die.
They
in my
knew. They knew.
I mean, that was such a good turn. I mean, it just felt like Godsent out from the draft. The horn started, and then it was just like, all right, we're going to run at them. We're going to kill them. When Winstrike, they got one good, decent fight, and then they just couldn't bring it back from there. But, I mean, we'll see what they can bring for game 2 here, right?
I want to see another Nyx. That got me hyped. That was
I think
amazing.
it's going to be banned. It's going to be banned.
Yeah, most likely. Oh, that's it for now, but we're going to come back with game number 2 very shortly. Your caster for today, T Swordfish, myself, Seek and Strike, my partner. Goodbye.